All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Space Brothers, episode 35.
Okay, so did he, pass the test or not?
Well, we'll find out about Mutas eventually.
Eventually.
Right after we find out whether Makabe made it.
That's right.
And then we'll go down to Nita. And then we'll go down to Serika. And then we'll go down, and we'll just go down the list.
Literally
one at a time,
everyone
and
else
will be like,
first.
Hi.
The Queen is coming.
Yes.
The Queen is coming. Yeah.
The Queen is coming.
Yeah. But I am actually really invested in whether or not Makabe becomes an astronaut because both
No,
options...
really?
No, well, yeah, because I want him to spend time with his daughter, but also I want him to go to space.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, I do want him to have at least the option. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he has had the option, but now it's the time to see.
Officially.
To see if this is actually happening.
And I feel like he's gonna be an astronaut. Or at least he's going to get the option.
Yeah, I think he's going to get the option, but the decision will be a character one, and it will be very interesting. I could see a very emotional conversation with him and his wife, and that could be really fun to see. Mm-hmm. Appo's luck has been overflowing.
That's right.
But is Muta's container enough to handle it, or is he already bursting at the seams, leaking the luck?
Right. Is there a limit to Appo's luck?
Well,
we don't know.
I would say there's a limit to how much time, Muta can tolerate the stink and the, the snot gobbling,
right.
little face that he has.
The limit to Appo's luck is Appo's lifespan.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
But, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
あと30分で最終試験の結果発表が始まる。
And they'll call you last.
現世に JAXA から順次電話がかかってくるのだ。
I don't know. He'd be called probably right in the middle based on his name and last name,
お昼焼きそばだから。
あのさ、
She broke the tension
今日は試験
entirely.
の合格発表だよ。もうちょっと縁起のいいやつあるでしょう。カツ丼的なさ。
合格したらケーキ買ってあげる。
Ah!
焼きそばは焼いてないでしょ。あれはゆでそば。でもカップ焼きそば大好き。
Nice.
I love his mom. What his mom is doing is the best thing that could be done. Get his mind off of it. Hey, come help make lunch,
Have some nice comfort food.
That's right.
星香のやつ見てないか。もうすぐ発表なんだがな。
星香さん、今会議が長引いてて、まだし。
Oh, well
Is he
then I
gonna be
guess
the one to
it'll
call
just
Muta?
be me doing the calls. So it's gonna take a long time.
ってうずうずしてんだろうな。
Oh. Why?
では今日の記者会見、皆さ
Ah, right.
Gotcha.
The press.
んが集まっていることもあって、今回は普段より多くの記者が取材に来ることが予想されます。
I want to tell Muta that he got in. Oh, so then he's gonna call Muta like he's not gonna call Muta.
Right. He's
So
going
let
to
the
put
other
it off
guy
as much
give
as
him the
possible.
call. Yeah. He's gonna do everybody else.
よし。
All right. Official voice.
Actually, calling Makabe Kenji doesn't make sense as far as who to call first, unless he was their first pick.
He might be.
It's even cuter the second time.
Yeah.
もしもし。
Oh,
All right, now we actually hear it. Yeah.
yeah.
この電話。この一本の電話から、
Uh-huh.
俺の毎日は。
God damn it. Suddenly, flashback.
Yep.
変わるかもしれない。
God damn it, show!
この一日は朝の6時半に始まる。
Oh.
We're going to get this treatment, a whole episode dedicated to each person that passes.
大洗い、髭を剃って。
Yep.
Get
gotta
my
slick
Elvis
back
cut.
that hair.
Yeah. Hello, my honey. Oh. Oh.
that bed head.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Get his lab coat on, yeah. Yeah. Realizing this could be the last time, one of the last times you wear this getup.
Wild for Makabe to say something like that.
Yeah. Nice. Roll credits.
時には帰宅できるし、恵まれた環境とも言える。だけど、
Yeah, despite having to go out super far from where he lives.
Right.
あの研究員たちはみんな諦めてるか、全く気にしていない様子だ。社員食堂のメニューのワンパターンさえ。
Oh, the way he just kind of like becomes a drone.
Yeah.
He's not living. He's not.
定食。
あ、ええです。
Yeah, looks like good food, more or less.
やっぱり、なんかちょっと違う。
He's having that Matrix moment where he's just like, wait, I've done this for 8
心に
years.
想像してた大人の自分は、
Right.
I'm not dreaming anymore.
こう。
Yeah. Whoa. But he can see.
ぶっ飛ん
Yeah.
でた。
Right.
Whoa.
Even from within that building, he can look up.
Okay, I'm sorry I ribbed the backstory. This is getting me all emotional. Like,
Yeah.
まま、ここを一生の仕事場と決めてしまって、
But the sauce over everything.
これが俺の一生の仕事です。
Yeah.
って。
Whoa.
というわけで今回の最終審査まではご存知の通り8人が残ります。
Ah! You gotta tease this out.
ヒューストンでの審査で現役の宇宙飛行士たちに評価
Oh,
をしてもらいま
explaining
し
the
た。
process for
Right.
their own.
それを日本に持ち帰り JAXA の審査員が評価を数値化しました。
Cool. So based on the verbiage of the opinions, they then assigned a score to them.
その時に我々がつけた
点数と合わせ総合点として
Okay. So
Wow.
the
So they
previous
tried to
stages.
make it as objective as possible.
Yeah.
While bringing in subjectivity.
前置きがやけに長いな。
Yeah. This is killing me.
早く結果を言ってくれよ。
Right, right.
They're gonna tell him his goddamn ranking amongst the everybody else, though.
Yeah.
No, you were the number one pick. Like, watch. Like,
Yeah.
number one, number two, or something.
落ちたのか。それ
Oh,
とも
that look.
落ちましたよ。
Oh, he's thinking all the way back to when he met her?
妻のユキとは大学時代に出会った。
Okay, okay.
これ。
All the
Oh.
places he's seen or wants
Or
to see.
maybe the dreams that he has, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, what's your name? This is gonna be one of those he took the leap kind of things. Otherwise, it would have just been some kind nods and gestures.
Right.
こうして俺たちは少しずつ同じ時間を過ごすようになっていった。
So is that just the way that he's done things, is slowly? And he's realizing that he may be like...
グランドキャニオン行ったんだ。
うん。
それで今度はエベレスト？
そう。観光用のトレッキングコースで5000メートル以上。
Oh, okay, gotcha. Right. He's not actually climbing it, yeah.
ネットには載っていないことが山ほどある。それを知りたいんだ。
Like, he's not going to the peak or anything.
Right.
興味があったら
Oh?
行った方がいいよ。
Whoa!
行かないよりは。
And just like that, let's go to Everest as our first date.
I mean, they're probably already kind of a...
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
they probably maybe hadn't put labels on it, but...
卒業旅行どうする？
Oh, smooth. The reach
Yeah,
around.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I see you. I see you.
あとは宇宙かな。
知ってる。
Uh huh.
でもまあ近場でいいよ。旅行より家探しとかしよう。俺の会社とユキの会社の真ん中くらいでさ。
Whoa.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
もうしばらくして俺とユキは結婚した。
Oh.
ただいま。
Wow.
Oh, gremlin.
おかえりなさい。
ただいま。宇宙飛行士選抜の情報はユキが見つけてくれた。
Wow.
とだ。
ね。本当だ。ケンちゃんずっと宇宙行きたいって言ってたじゃん。受けてみれば。
Wow. Becoming an astronaut because going to space would be cool. I haven't gone there yet.
And also that kind of energy, the desire to look beyond and go,
Right.
I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something new.
Right.
今日はそれほど良くもなくて今より減るかもしれない。それにやたらと海外を飛び回って訓練の日々で家族と過ごせる時間も今より相当。
He's like listing out all the things.
But he's cutting out that.
ここで私が何て言っても絶対受けるんでしょ、ケンちゃん。もう記事切り取ってるじゃんそれ。
Yeah, right. This part about you is something that she fell in love with.
Nice. Okay. All right, come on. Have him pass. I know there's probably only going to be like, what, like 3 people that pass? But...
ダメよ。
宇宙飛行士選抜試験を受けると決めたあの日から
Oh my gosh.
俺の毎日は少し変わったんだ。
Yep.
God damn it, show.
一日の始まりは少し早くなった。
Sure. Yeah.
Well, right, but now the purpose that he goes to work with is larger.
Yeah.
It's not just a routine
いつ
now.
もの髪型に
Every day is another day closer to potentially being an astronaut.
時間だけど勉強を進める。
Right.
ケンちゃん。
Oh. Ah, man.
This is... I'm not going to cry. Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of time to then, instead of just being like a boring, wait.
Nice.
Uh-huh. Yeah, visualize it. Damn, all the way back from Pluto.
なんてぶっ飛んだ未来だ。俺はあの場所を飛び出したい。だだっ広い施設の飛ばせるほどの場所へ。
Oh my god, come on!
Just tell us. God damn it.
This is cruel. She's us, honestly.
Yeah. Do we
He
see this guy
stays,
or don't we?
he's going. He stays, he's going.
さんの結
Yeah,
果ですが
thank you.
はいはい。
I
God
can't!
damn it. What the fuck, show?
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
light, and then it's...
はい
Oh.
はい了解しました。はい。それでは失礼します。
Did he not make it?
どうだった？
ごめん。
But what does that mean? Does that mean you're going to be going away for a while? Or that you didn't make it?
本当に謝るよ。
Just
これからしばらくは
yeah,
忙しくて2人に迷惑かけ
yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
合格だ。
Yeah, all right, okay.
ありがとう。
Yeah. God damn it, show. Why'd you have to do it like that?
You cheeky fuckers.
There's such a thing as too much.
第1号は真壁君。
It's like, oh, I gotta do a lot more of these.
今までの自分の世
Well,
界
now we know that the ones he's
これからもっと
calling are
広がっていく。
actually succeeding.
Sure, yeah, get
So you
those all
can
out
just
of the
go
way
through
at
all the
once.
others now, god damn it.
ほんの一角から
And then the
And
twist
from
will
this
be that
little
he
corner of
doesn't
the universe?
call the thing ah!
例の作業着を脱ぎ
Uh-huh. Yeah.
to a bright white chrome dome, yeah.
宇宙飛行士だけが着ることを許されたブルーのジャンプスーツ
Radon and Valhalla, shiny and chrome.
な真っ青なやつだ
Witness me!
Yeah. God damn
That
it,
was-
show.
I
I like-
really loved the backstory.
The backstory
and the
was fantastic.
Little corner.
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
Facility.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And
It was wonderful.
The
And-
emotions of it were just a wonderful thing.
But
the goddamn pacing.
Yeah,
To
like-
drag that out.
yeah, it's the thing of like you know, you do it because right, like it gets this rise out of us and all that stuff, right? You do it because it works. And yes, you made a great episode of television.
Yeah.
But god damn it, you know,
Ah.
the One Piece might be real, but I don't know if the results for this final exam for being an astronaut are because god damn,
Yeah,
like
they're in a quantum state of non
Yeah.
and permanent in consistent permanence or whatever.
Muta will be an astronaut about the time that Berserk ends. Like that, like it's like you are.
You know they're continuing Berserk.
No,
right?
I know. Yeah, so it is going to happen. But like, come on, show. Come on.
I love so much that we've also set up the reason as to why Muta won't get a call from Tsurumi specifically because
Yeah.
Tadashi, I believe it's Tadashi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really will probably want to be the one to call Muta.
Right.
Because he's one of the brothers that he saw,
Yeah.
running around as kids and
Right,
stuff, being
he's-
all excited about this, and just the idea to be like, no, it's you, it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
I've been rooting for you,
Now
yeah.
there is a chance that Muta doesn't get picked.
Sure.
Now, given that being discussed, now let's talk about the actual really good meat of this episode, which is the idea of when anime does this, where a dramatic thing is about to happen,
Yeah.
and obviously this is adapted from a manga or what have you.
Sure.
You'll have a dramatic flashback to set up the emotional impetus so we get inside the heads of the character
Right.
when they have this big thing happen. And because of the way this storytelling medium is used, this stuff was not told to us a long time ago. It might have been hinted at a long time ago.
Sure.
But we've known this character for a long time.
Right.
And we finally get to see basically them pre-astronaut exam.
Right.
And
the inner workings of their heart, kind of.
Yeah, the inner workings of their heart, the things that
Yeah.
brought them to this place. So we get kind of a lead up that, because of the tone of this show, the reason why they're showing all this is because he's probably going to make it. And that likelihood goes up the longer this backstory goes on and gets more positive and
Yep.
hopeful and stuff. But then, the last possible second, they have to have Makabe just needlessly be like, okay, gotcha, I understand.
Right. They have the light, getting all bright outside, but then they go inside and it's
darker.
It's darker, it's dreary,
And it's like, oh my god, you can't do this.
This is something
Can't
where
do this.
This is something where, okay, I think given this and the concept of doing this, I think Makabe is 100% the right choice for who to have this happen with as a character.
Yeah.
Because he's the shoo-in for being an astronaut, right? It's sort of the, yes, he's the perfect candidate.
He was obvious to almost everybody,
Right.
To a point that we were almost like, we're not as excited about his character as we are for characters like Serika. But then we get to know him more, and we're like, oh wait, no, he's actually a pretty interesting guy.
Right.
There's a lot going on there.
But then the idea that making it so that the perfect candidate was actually someone who didn't have a big dream of being an astronaut, just wanted to go to a bunch of different places, and then thought, you know what? Yeah, being an astronaut would be really cool. When he was already like a grown-ass adult. That is awesome because it's a different way to tie into the whole dreams theme of the show, right?
Yes.
That it's never too late, right? Muta thought that it was too late because he kind of gave up along the way.
Right,
But
right.
he was still able to do it, right?
Yeah.
And so here we have this example where he's in the, corporate job, right?
Well, yeah, let's go down the list actually about where his situation was. So he had a job that was paying really well. It was not his dream job, though.
Nope.
It was one that he had been doing for 8 years. Now, let's take into context how old he is. He's probably, I would say, I think we actually found out his age at one point. He's probably in his young to mid 30s. Now, what that means essentially is that given he came out of probably like university or something like that, he got a degree to be able to do this chemistry related stuff in the lab. He probably had about a 3 or 4 year period where he wasn't either in school or working this job, which means the majority of his career life he was working at this place.
Okay.
And potentially like could be like all of it.
I think that is my assumption from it is that it was basically the entire thing, because if he got like not just a 4-year degree but like some 6-year degree, right?
Yeah,
And worked
something
8
a
years.
bit bigger. Yeah.
So he's
Right. So I'm just saying
30s.
I'm saying at minimum it was most of his working career.
Right.
Obviously it could have been all of it, but the point is that he had a lovely woman that he ended up falling in love with, and he got married very shortly after he started working.
Yep.
So in terms of all of his routine things, they all synchronized basically with this job. Everything basically lined up in that regard. But also that's when he stopped traveling. That's when he stopped doing I'm going to go do this 5,000 meter Everest tourist thing.
Right.
And we'll go together. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, they have a kid. Life changes and stuff like
Exactly.
that. He needs to be more like consistent with everything. But when you realize that it's not that you hate this job or you hate your life or anything like that, but just everything was so comfortable, everything was so similar and consistent and bland, as he said,
Right.
that you just kind of take a step back. And he had the equivalent of a midlife crisis here.
Sure.
Like, it wasn't the full, he's going to go and buy a dumb
sports car or something,
and go, like, drinking or actually, like, start losing touch with reality. But there's a reason why those kinds of things happen, where people don't dream anymore because things are just kind of...
They're good.
Just above mediocrity enough that they're like, I'm happy.
You landed a solid, position in the world, basically, where you have security, you have the comforts and the things like that, and then you sort of forget about all the other stuff because you really did have to work hard to get here, right?
He worked hard. He's got a beautiful daughter and lovely wife. He's excited about like going back into work and doing good work. He's proud. Like there's
he doesn't have to deal with a cramped subway on the commute to work or anything like that,
right?
He's like, it's
lots of little conveniences.
Right.
And in some ways, the fear has gone from his life,
Sure.
There's that little bit, I feel like, where when you're an adult, you live with this constant little bit of fear. Not that, like, you're constantly afraid, but, like, there's that little bit in the back of your mind that keeps you, like, on edge, where you're like, I am moving with a little bit more purpose, a little bit more... something here. But you can also live with another thing as well, which is a little bit of like desire, a little bit of hope, a little bit of aspiration, or a little bit of motivation that then keeps you on the same edge, but isn't in a, I need to watch out for something that would change things. It's more I'm looking forward to something that might change things.
To put it in the perspective of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Oh, sure.
Like in a lot of ways, adulthood is when you suddenly start to have to take care of the bottom stuff, right? The food, the shelter, all those things, right?
Oh, right. You are responsible for all of those things.
Right, you're responsible for all of those things, right?
Yes.
Rather than someone helping you out or taking care of the bottom ones, right? And so, that's what takes, maybe the lion's share of, your focus and your energy. And, he got a lot of the other stuff that's higher up there too. He has a family that loves him and all that stuff.
Yeah,
fantastic.
He's on
great.
like rank like 4 or 5. Like
Right. Like he's pretty near the top, right?
Yeah.
But there's this part that just hadn't really been getting addressed, right? And so, yeah, that's right. And I love that the wife brings it up with something as crazy as going to space, like becoming an astronaut, right? Like you see a newspaper clipping and you're like, "Hey, hun, do you want to do this?"
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
that's wild. That's radical to me. Like the full and total belief in your partner, and on top of just understanding them to know that, you know, oh yeah, they would love to go to space, right? But like that, yeah, to say, why don't you become an astronaut is not like a ludicrous thing to say.
No.
Right? Like that's crazy.
It's absolutely nuts.
Just because you see something in the newspaper,
Right.
and he does it, you know, bringing up all the potential issues with it while he's cutting out the clipping.
I love the subtle detail of why, though, he actually wants to go to space. It's not because of it being the one place on terms of travel that he hasn't been to. Is this subtle little word that he said, like pretty early in the episode, of I want to soar, I want to fly, I want to go. And so all the places that he's been focused on going to in this episode are places with great heights, great views,
Okay,
great
yeah.
places where the wind's going to be like massive. Like
Sure.
he's ascending basically.
Right.
He's leaving the ground.
Gives you that scale for how small you really are.
Yeah, or just the idea to see how big the world really is. And
Right.
so space is the next one because there's literally nowhere higher that he can go. He
Right.
went 5,000 meters above sea level, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't much in this world
Right,
that's
unless he wanted-
above that.
Unless he wanted to actually like get to the summit of Everest. you
Or
know?
like he wanted to be technical and be like, I'm going to get my pilot's license so that I can fly.
yeah,
you know.
40,000 feet or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. And maybe that would be actually a version of this. I posit to you that if he got denied his astronaut application, that there's a potential that he wouldn't have reapplied, and he'd been like, well, maybe we do something like a little bit more realistic or something.
Sure.
Because I would put out something here that Makabe, it's not that he's not a dreamer, but he didn't connect back to something of his childhood with the, oh, this is my dream. It's that he's just always enjoyed the feeling of being in these like really like high places and that feeling of potentially flying and stuff. And so his hallucination, like kind of visualization of being in space, being the soaring back
Yeah,
from
the stars
Pluto.
streaking past him like he's going through hyperspace in Star Wars or something like that.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
he's going all the way back to Earth and then kind of crests over the moon and that view, and he's like, wow, that's it. So in some ways it's just a feeling. Like it's not even really like
Sure.
a specific actual dream. It's just a
Right. Yep.
that just feels so good. That feels so cool.
Oh, it absolutely does.
And I resonate with that so much.
Sure.
It's
Oh, yeah.
such an exhilarating thing.
Yeah, and like I liked that with all the little things that he got, like it wasn't his situation wasn't dismal, even though everything was, you know, like gray and dark, right?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like the lunch that he got, that looks like a totally fine, good lunch, right?
That's a banging lunch.
Yeah, like that's great,
Like,
you know.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, I like that his privileges were actually shown.
Right.
Like they made a point that those were the things that actually made him pull back and go, wait, I'm really comfortable. Like I'm too comfortable.
Right, like the issue with the cafeteria is not like a real issue. It's more just that they don't have that much variety. So over the course of 8 years, you've kind of had everything.
Yeah.
You know?
He's had the 3 combos offered.
Right.
And he's a combo A enjoyer, so he gets his katsu, you know, and
And it's good.
and it's good and it's fine. And it wasn't that you know the little miso soup probably was spilled or what have you, and that like made him like realize something. No, it's just he kind of had what I would call the Matrix moment, where you basically have a realization that you're kind of just a really good cog. You're just a really good gear in a machine in the corner of a tiny corner of a room, a tiny corner room in a big facility, and you just
Right.
kind of go, whoa, I feel cramped. I feel cooped. I need to go somewhere where I can feel the wind. I need to go somewhere where I can soar. And right now, my wings are not clipped, but they're just they're
being used.
atrophying, you know?
Yeah.
And I love whatever it is about human beings that gets us kind of agitated and fidgety, and we're like, I want to move. I want to be active.
Yeah.
I want to do things. I do think that is an intrinsically human thing. I don't know why it's something that's so important to me specifically, but when I see someone else fidget in that same way, even if it's just a mental fidget, like he's not literally a jumpy guy that just wants to be, you know, constantly like tapping something.
Yeah, he doesn't have a fidget spinner.
No. But he like mentally like can't
Yeah, he wants to
see-
stretch.
Yeah, can't see himself just staying like this. And even if it's just a thing of where he maybe goes on a trip with his family once his daughter's old enough to, you know, be a little bit more self-capable.
Right, and go to some of those wilder, crazier places.
Right,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
in some ways he could relive the whole thing all over again by seeing the way that she reacts to this.
Sure.
Like, that would be probably plenty for him.
Oh, yeah.
He would be super happy. It would be vicarious, though. It
Sure.
wouldn't be him soaring. It would be him being reminded of what it was like to soar.
Sure.
And maybe that would be enough, but maybe he would come back to this same thing 10 years from now.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
that's one of those other reasons why I think Makabe is the perfect choice for the start of this.
Sure.
Because also with the whole idea of, okay, is he going to actually pass or not? We're thinking, yeah, he's totally going to.
Yeah.
But if he didn't, because he's kind of that paragon of the applicants, right? If he didn't pass, that would be crushing. That would be the thing that actually makes us wonder, is Muta actually going to be able to do this, right? Because if Makabe couldn't, then what hope does, do
Then
the other
Muta has
people
no
have?
chance, yeah.
Muta's got no chance, right? Like, yeah, so I really like this. Like for all my, huffing and puffing, about the fact that they're dragging it out.
Because they are.
And
Yeah.
that does chafe me a bit. This was a fantastic episode, and yeah, I'm excited for Makabe to go to space.
I'm excited for him to go and soar. I love the animation this episode. It's showing the realization of the other two members of his family being like, and the way the daughter kind of like didn't get what was going on, but then looked at the way that the mom got excited, and she got excited. And then
we're
they all
excited here.
Yeah,
all right, let's go.
And, and there's something about animation that allows you to communicate in the like simplest way exactly what characters are feeling and thinking there. And specifically, we've got a little baby girl. Like,
Yeah.
if we did
She's
this in
adorable.
well, right, if we did this in live action, we'd have to have all these cuts specifically as they prompted this little kid to be like, now you need to go, wow, because like the kid being able to look up at this and like back and forth, that's something you can't easily do in live action.
Like that is a very genuine thing for a kid to
Yes.
do, but that doesn't mean that it'll be easy to get a kid to do that on camera.
Right, and prompted and doing it properly. And usually those moments where the kid kind of goes, yay! It's literally like an isolated cut.
Sure.
Specifically as they directed the kid, like, now we need you to go, yay! And then the kid tries it 17 times before they actually get it right.
Right, and they get something that's, good
Serviceable.
enough for television.
Right. But with this was just a really special moment. And I was fully enraptured by the scene because they teased us out, the fuckers. But, the actual end result was just really, really wholesome and happy. So, okay. But now they've screwed the pooch because every person that Surumi calls is getting
Not
probably
necessarily.
got in. Oh, you think so?
Not necessarily. Well, okay.
You think he's going to call people that didn't make it and go, so the way we scored this, And then 10 minutes later, or sorry,
Yeah,
30 seconds
no.
later, because let's be real, that's all it was.
Right, this was something be okay.
Yeah, 10 seconds have passed. Within this skipped time, you will have a backstory that will tear your heart out.
Oh, man.
And then we'll repeat it again and again.
Right.
Having Makabe go first here in this regard, I'd say makes it more likely that they're going to call all the people that succeeded first.
Right.
There's no reason to break it up and do different ones in that regard. Because the people that...
Unless the show wanted to be cheeky.
I mean, yes, they're already being cheeky by having one person do the calls.
Oh, yeah.
Which is dumb.
Right.
So you're going to be waiting at this time at 12? Okay, cool. Well, because it's one person making all the calls...
It's actually going to take like 40 minutes.
It's actually going to take you 5 episodes to get there.
Yeah.
You know?
although they did give an actual, to be fair, character reason where it's they're getting... briefed for how they handled the press conference with the announcements of who the next astronauts
Everybody's
are gonna
busy.
Be. Everybody's busy. And yes, Muta is that special case where this one dude specifically really wants to be the one to tell him. And so, yes, we could absolutely and probably will have Tsurumi tell the next person, maybe Serika, and then tell all the people that failed, and then Muta's the last one.
And nobody calls him for like an hour.
Because then it's no, wait, hang on. And then, Muta's despairing.
And then Muta, leaves the house all distraught, and he's hanging out with Alpo.
And then he hears this,
call, No, he doesn't even hear it. The call happens, and then we have the mom pick up the phone and go, "Hi, moshi moshi," and then it's just and then the episode ends. And then the next episode, he's walking and he's all despairing, and then he's thinking of his backstory. And the very end of the episode sees her running towards him. Muta.
The results came in.
And he goes, "Huh?" And then it ends the episode again. And then we're like, "Fuck!"
See,
but yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You got an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.